Rays are back in first place, Kevin. Half game up on the Yankees thanks to the Rays' 5-3 victory last night and the Boston win over New York as well, 10-8. And it would appear before the Rays throw a first pitch here, they might get some help from Boston again today.
Yeah, John Lester's on the mound right now, and he's putting up zeros up there against the Yankees. So the Rays, should they win tonight, the Yankees lose, they got a chance to pick up another game and make it a game and a half. And, you know, this is what the Rays looked at. Their magic number is down to 3. And not only the magic number for playoffs, but really to win the division and have home field advantage, I think it's extremely important.
The Rays do have some things to settle, and one is Matt Garza, who had a great August. He has struggled in September. He's allowed 7 home runs this month, all coming off fastballs.
Yeah, and Brian Anderson and Todd had a good segment on the fastball efficiency when he throws a fastball. The real key, no matter what he wants to throw, as you look at August where he had a 1.27 ERA, in September it's over 8. No matter what Matt wants to throw, it's strike one. That's the most important pitch. You can talk about fastball command, curveball command, changeup command, slider command. Strike one is the best pitch in baseball. It's not the fastball. Strike one is. So that's really the key for Matt Garza, any pitcher. But when he gets ahead, he's dominant. When he doesn't, that's when he does go to the fastball. And if he doesn't have command, that's when he's been giving up those long balls.
And so Garza at 14-9 coming into play tonight, an earned run average of just over 4. Doug Fister will make the start for Seattle. His record 6-12, and for Fister, for the first time in his career, the innings are starting to build up a little bit for him. Well, a big night for the Rays and Rafael Soriano last night. When we come back, Todd Callis will have a closer look at the Rays' new all-time closing leader in the single-season save department.
Last night, it was a victory with the Rays' Jeff Neiman on the mound for the win. Then they turned it over to the bullpen, and the guy in the back end of the bullpen has been absolutely stellar this season. Rafael Soriano on for the 9th inning, and once again, he would get the job done. Soriano has not blown a save at Tropicana Field this season. He's now 22 out of 22. A little scary moment there as the bat flew by him after it shattered. Then a nice play by Ben Zobrist to end it. And with that save, Rafael Soriano picks up his 44th on the year and sets a new franchise record for saves in a season. The untucking of the shirt, which is becoming his staple here, and the fans gave him a standing ovation on the way into the mound. Very impressive from these Rays fans. You can see what he's done on the year. 44 saves, an ERA of around 1.8. The strikeout to walk, very impressive. After the game, Joe Madden, wearing his new hat, the Brazier hat, talked about the importance of this guy. You only have to look back to the last couple of years.
Look at last year to know what he's meant this year. Last year not being able to really close games on a consistent basis, and also having to parcel out your bullpen to the point where you have guys for the 9th inning. Now you just know that that's taken care of, and then you try to piece things together for 8 innings, and that's a huge difference. And not only that, the fact that he's locked it down as well as he has. He's just locked that thing down. He's really should have, 2 blown saves. There's one that's very questionable. So I think that he totally changed the fabric of our bullpen, obviously, and he's permitted us to be this good.
Playing for 24 outs, a lot different than in the past, as Rafael Soriano has been locked down for 25, 26, and 27 outs in the game. We're ready for baseball. Just over 3 minutes to go until the Rays and the Mariners play on a Saturday night. Enjoy all the action up next in high definition.
To you by Toyota. Moving forward by Amscott, the Money Superstore. And by Checkers, little place, big taste. Rays just now taking the field. Second game of the series here against the Seattle Mariners. The Rays have another one to go tomorrow against Seattle. Then Baltimore is in. The Rays with 9 games left in the regular season. Here's a look at the starting lineup for Seattle. Ichiro Suzuki is going to lead off, followed by Sean Figgins. Jose Lopez hits third and plays third with Franklin Gutierrez in center field, a cleanup man. Casey Kotzman's at first. Adam Moore will catch. Matt Mangini, the DH, with Mike Karp in left, and Josh Wilson at shortstop, batting ninth.
Matt Garza tonight comes in at 14-9 for the 4.01. Overall, it's been a good year for Matt. Trouble in his last few starts. He's had 30 of those overall. He does have 3 complete games, 139 strikeouts, and a 249 batting average against. Defensively for the Rays, some changes out there. In left field, Carl Crawford, BJ up in center, Matt Joyce in right. Here's a change at third base. It's Dan Johnson tonight getting a start. Reed Brignac will play shortstop tonight. Ben Zobrist at second, Carlos Pena back out there at first base, and John Jaso gets the start behind the plate, doing the game calling for Matt Garza.
Yeah, Dan Johnson did play in 36 games at third base for Durham. But he's on artificial turf here tonight, so he was out a little earlier today, taking some ground balls and making the throw down to second base to reaccustom himself to that angle and those throws over there from third base.
Well, last night, evident, you look at Joe Madden over there with Davey Martinez, that Ivan Longoria won't play. Sounds like at least for a couple of more games. So it is Dan Johnson getting that start tonight. Dan's coming up with some big hits, and boy, every time he hits one out of the ballpark, it seems like it puts the Rays ahead or ties a game.
There's Evan Longoria, and we'll see. They're in no hurry to force that issue, and you know, he might not play for the whole homestand. We'll wait and see here on that. Tonight's Rays telecast on Sun Sports is presented in beautiful HD by H.H. Gregg. And really at this point, I think the Rays would be very smart to take it easy with Evan and make sure that that quad is ready to go once the postseason begins.
Definitely the most important thing, and fortunate that that injury happened now and not, you know, the final weekend of the season.
Well, here is Ichiro to lead it off against Matt Garza. Figgins and Lopez to follow. Matt making his 31st start, and the pitch is a first pitch fastball in for a called strike. After the fastball again, 0-2. Garza continues with that fastball percentage about where it's been most of the season, with the exception of that game he pitched in Baltimore, the first start he made this month. And there's a base hit off a breaking ball, an 0-2 breaking ball, and Suzuki singles into center.
Well, you know, Matt trying to bring along his curveball early and throws it. I don't want it kind of hung up there, but you don't want to get away from it. See, this ball's up, and Ichiro's just able to wait so long and just shoots it right back through the middle. Keeps the hands back as you see him with the weight transfer. Gets inside it. Good finish. He's on base once again.
Now Sean Figgins in the batter's box. Shortens and takes the pitch high at 1-0. It was kind of interesting to watch Garza, who, as they discussed in the pregame, and as we've talked about for, well, really all season, he does like that fastball a lot, and then to come out and pitch that game against the Orioles when he threw only 54% fastballs. Fly ball the other way to left, and Crawford is right there and makes the catch. So Figgins is out, number one. And the point is, I don't believe that here's a guy who should go away from the fastball because he's got a great one. But it's a matter, and I think you touched on it, it's command of any pitch that he makes that's going to make the difference.
That's it. I mean, everything for all pitchers works off of the fastball. But strike one's the most important thing you've got to do no matter what you throw. And then you can throw anything you want. And the only problem with the 0-2 curveball wasn't the call. The call is good. It's just you got it up. With 2 strikes, you can afford to bounce it.
And there's the first pitch breaking ball, and he had Lopez looking for the fastball and chasing that curveball. And there's the one at the bottom is the one that might concern you most of all.
Yeah, right there. Absolutely. Behind the count, almost 90% fastballs, and that doesn't give the hitter a whole lot to think about. When he's got a 2-0 or 3-1 count, 1-0 count, they're all looking fastball.
Pitch down, covered up by Jason. Well, one thing we know for sure, when the opposing managers and hitting coaches have their meetings, that's what they're saying. They're saying discount everything else and look for the hard stuff. We know that for a fact.
We know that because you and I both have talked to the opposition no matter who we face. And they give us our own scouting report for our broadcast.
And a ground ball foul outside of third. It's 1-2.
It's evident tonight, though, as you saw curveball, slider, curveball here to Lopez, that Matt is changing that philosophy tonight after what's happened in the last few starts. He came out of the chute against the Yankees the other night, the first time around the lineup. I think we saw one breaking ball through the first 9 hitters.
Yep.
tonight we've already seen 5 or 6 breaking balls, which is good.
And a line drive base hit into left. And Lopez has himself a single, first and second with 1 out. That was a slider, but again up.
That's it. That's exactly right. Now you got the count in your favor with 2 strikes. That's the one you want to bury down. But Matt leaves his slider up. It's just spinning, and Lopez jumps on it.
There's Franklin Gutierrez. Gutierrez is the one guy in this lineup who really has been a problem for Garza. More so than Ichiro. There's a strike. Gutierrez against the Rays right-handers, 6 out of 13 with a home run.
And that was a nice fastball on the corner at the knees first pitch.
Pitch drops low. 1-1. Tap foul. Good slider there.
Yeah, that's a good one that Matt has, and in fact, he's thrown a few already. He's going to start getting the feel for it. That's pretty much what we talked about in the Yankee game. You got to bring along one of your breaking balls early, so when you really need it with men on base at a key point in the game, you've already got the feel for it. That's a good pitch there.
And a foul ball. He got just a little bit of that one and a piece of Jaso's hand. Another slider, and that one off Jaso. So the count's still 1-2 to Gutierrez. Ball second. Zobrist to Brignac 1. First base 2. 4-6-3. And a nice job by Brignac in the middle to complete the double play. No runs, 2 hits, and a man left. Bottom of the first coming. No score. John Jaso is going to lead it off for Joe Madden, and then Ben Zobrist. Carl Crawford hits third. Dan Johnson at third hitting cleanup. Matt Joyce, Carlos Pena, Brad Hopp is the DH with B.J. Upton in center and Reed Brenyak at short.
Doug Fister for the Mariners is a 6'8" right-handed pitcher. 26 games, he's 6-12. 3.83 with the earned run average. And started out the season pitching pretty well. Then he had shoulder fatigue, and since that time he's had a tough time in the second half.
First pitch is a strike to John Jaso. He's not overpowering. His fastball is in the upper 80s. High popper, back of third, foul. Lopez chasing hard for it and runs out of room. Just couldn't catch up to it right next to the stands.
It's a strong effort right there by Lopez. He never hesitated. Your pitcher always loves that when a guy doesn't quit on it. We've seen Evan Longoria make great plays over there, but he's got familiarity here at the Trop. You can see Lopez at the end kind of stutter stepping there as he wasn't quite sure how much room he had before he hit the wall.
There's a shot into right field, and that's in there, a base hit. Cut off by Ichiro. Jaso didn't break stride, and into second he goes with a double. Jaso right around first, thinking two bases all the time, and has a leadoff double here, his 17th.
I tell you, there's probably 80% of hitters would have just said, that's an Ichiro out there, that's a base hit, and I'm not going for two, but he's thinking two all the way. Ichiro had to go far to his left. One of the better outfielders in Major League Baseball gets it back in. If John would have been there, whether that have been a good throw or not. Check is double the game.
Well, you gotta love the way he continues to play this game and run the bases. He is aggressive and ran himself into a double right there.
Exactly right. Ichiro, that ball hit the turf. Once the ball hit the turf on that throw, it kind of slowed that good throw by Ichiro down.
A strike to Zobrist takes the count to 1-1.
Not too many guys that'll challenge Ichiro, especially catchers.
That's right. But he's a leadoff catcher.
Yes, he is, and he's a very good base runner.
It's a strike. 1-2 to Ben. Zobrist at 248. He's third in the league in walks with 89. Is a ball, but the process of trying to hold up fouls it.
I think it hit him.
Of course it did.
Hitting, of course. No acting there from Ben.
Honest Ben.
That's right.
That's why they call him that. Breaking ball inside. 2-2. Rays face Doug Fister here at the Trop back in the middle of May. And he came away with a 4-3 victory. He beat Wade Davis, pitching 5 innings of one-run baseball. There's a base hit past Kochman. Jaso's going to score. Zobrist will dig for 2. He is in there with a double. Rays lead 1-0 on back-to-back doubles by John Jaso and Ben Zobrist.
Ben got back-to-back curveballs from Fister, and this one was a pretty good pitch for Fister. That's just a super piece of hitting. Comes down and gets it, throws his hands at it, and Ben says, well, if Jaso can go for 2, I certainly have to go for 2, and he gets in there easily also. Nice job.
And now here's Crawford, a base hit into left. Zobrist will stop at third on Crawford's base hit. 3 straight hits for the Rays to start this game. First and third with nobody out.
Take a look at the Mariners defensively this evening. Around the outfield, left to right, that's Mike Carpin left. Franklin Gutierrez and Ichiro Suzuki around the infield, left to right. It's Jose Lopez, Josh Wilson, Sean Figgins, and Casey Kochman. And Adam Moore's behind the plate once again tonight.
Dan Johnson up here for the Rays, hitting cleanup. Pitch is outside, and Dan playing third base.
Dan Johnson has gained the confidence of Joe Madden with some of the clutch production he's had. He's moved up in the lineup.
Well, he has good at bats, and he has shown a very good eye and the ability to deliver in clutch situations.
Yeah, you saw what Joe Madden thought of Dan Johnson. He had him 5th in the Yankee series. This recent road trip.
The foul ball back. 2-1.
I don't think that hit him. I think it was a foul ball. Mr. coming inside on Zobrist the same way as just saw with Dan Johnson.
Crawford back in at first base.
That's the old fake to third, go to first move.
It's high. 3-1. Johnson ahead in the count and a good hitter's count.
See if Carl gets on the move right here at first base. 3-1 in this hitter's count.
And a high fly ball back into right field. Ichiro back just in front of the track. Here's the tag by Zobrist. He will score, and the Rays have their second run. Dan Johnson drives in his 22nd run, and it's 2-0 Tampa Bay.
Very nice execution right there. Dan worked the count in his favor and did what he should do. Keep it off the ground right there. Try to hit a fly ball, and that's exactly what happened.
For the first, Crawford's back in with Matt Joyce in the batter's box. Low. Carl with 46 stolen bases at first base, tied for second in the league. Two and 0. In front of Joyce, and the Rays are off to a 4-0 lead. 10th home run of the year for Matt Joyce.
When we talk about Matt, we talk about this high launching power. And you think off the bat he's got enough of it, but he hits them so high you weren't sure if it was going to come back down and stay in the ballpark. And Ichiro just ran out of room. I thought it might hit one of the rings out there as well. It was so high. Ichiro just ran out of room.
So 4 runs here for the Rays, and now Carlos Pena takes a strike. Well, Joyce can hit some towering fly balls, and that was one of them.
He hits those kind that just keep carrying too. That a couple of grand slams he's hit.
The pinch hit grand slam he hit in Minnesota to center field was like that. Fly ball center field. Gutierrez makes the catch, and Pena is out number 2. 2 doubles, a single, sacrifice fly, and a home run out of the first 5 hitters. And the Rays have 4 runs. Pena flied to center. Hop takes an off-speed pitch for strike 2. Ball in the dirt. It's 1-2.
Nice block by Adam Moore. That's textbook right there, how to block the ball. Shifted quickly, got the right knee down first, and the ball to his right. Covered up nicely.
Two balls, 2 strikes. Boston carries a 7-2 lead into the bottom of the 9th inning at New York. Brad Hopp is caught looking here to end the first, but the Rays score 4 times. Queso started in with a double. Zobrist doubled him home. And Johnson hit a sacrifice fly, and Matt Joyce a 2-run homer. 4-0 Rays. Matt Garza's teammates have handed him a 4-0 lead as we go to the 2nd inning. 2 coming on the home run by Matt Joyce. And Casey Kochman will open the 2nd. Matt's first pitch. Kochman takes a strike. Kochman originally with the Angels. Foul back. 2 strikes. Casey out of Seminole. And he is out on strikes. Slider got him. First strikeout of the night for Garza. You can own a piece of Rays history with a limited edition Matt Garza plaque available at RaysBaseball.com exclusively. It's a custom piece including a game ticket from the historic July 26th no-hitter, signed picture of Matt, game-used dirt, all MLB authenticated. Visit RaysBaseball.com to get yours today while supplies last. All proceeds benefit the Rays Baseball Foundation. Adam Moore. Pitch is a strike.
Matt is pounding the strike zone tonight. 18 pitches, 15 strikes.
Inside to Moore. It's 1-1.
I had to speak, didn't I? Yeah, but he's throwing his slider and his curveball, and that's good news.
Yeah, everything's in play.
Nice.
There's a curveball there for a strike taken by Moore. It's 1-2. Well, if these guys started the night and the report was forget about everything else and look for the fastball, they're going to start looking for other things now.
Absolutely.
Back through the middle, backhanded by Zobrist, and a nice play by Ben to get Moore. 2 gone.
It's a great
star on that play.
Absolutely, a great play by Ben, going up the middle, away from the plate, gets a little jump there, and plenty on the throw to Carlos Pena. Super defensive play. There's one. First great play tonight defensively.
It seems as if 3 is a requirement.
I think so.
Good nights you get 5 or more. So we got a star by that one for Ben. Matt Mangini, who's the DH. The pitch is a little high. Mangini, one of the young hitters recalled from the minor leagues, and one of the guys the Mariners hope will supply a little pop in their lineup. Strike, 1-1. They are last in runs scored, last in on-base percentage, last in batting average, and next to last in home runs.
Yeah, 96 home runs as a team.
The line drive and a base hit into right. Joyce to make the pickup, and it's a 2-out single. Well, I think Garza tried to get the changeup into play there.
Let's take a look. 85-mile-an-hour pitch. Yeah, that's not a bad pitch. I mean, he hit off the end of the bat. Took the power away from Mangini right off the end of the bat. There's nothing wrong with that pitch. Love to see Matt bring that changeup along about 7-8 times a game.
Red Sox have beaten the Yankees. That's a 7-3 final as John Lester wins his 19th. The pitch to Karp. Mike Karp is high, and so the fans getting word of that final here with Boston defeating the Yankees. The Rays had started the day with a half-game lead. Now that goes to a full-game lead. Foul ball, 1-1.
And the Rays have come out with good energy tonight. I think the way that Jaso and Ben Zobrist came out of the chute with leg doubles, I think that speaks volumes right there. And the Rays put up 4 runs.
Pitch is high to Karp. 2-1.
You see Matt is also making an effort to kind of slow himself down. He's not forcing the delivery with all power like he did in New York, where he was really falling off to the left side.
Foul back, 2-2. Karp recalled a few days ago from Tacoma, and he's another young hitter with some pop. Take a look at those standings now following the Boston win over New York. The Rays up by 1 full game, and 2 games up in the loss column, which is always vital.
Yes, it is.
You can't get those back.
No, you sure can't. Got to put the hammer down tonight. Now that game's over, you got to concentrate on yours. Because that word does get around the dugout for the Rays. They know it. They're aware of it.
Full count to Karp. Josh Wilson on deck. Karp hit 29 home runs this year in the minor leagues, and he takes strike 3. Fastball caught the edge. He's out on strikes. They leave a man. Rays lead 4-0. Got to lead it off here against Doug Fister. Pitch is inside. Upton, then Brenyak and Jaso. 1-1. BJ led off last night and a 2-base hit, a double in the 3rd inning of last night's game, and picked up a couple of runs scored in the game last night. All of that in the Rays 5-3 victory. Foul ball. Count evens at 2-2. Save the fries.
Yeah, that's it. I saved that food.
Yeah.
You get the ball, I'm getting the food.
Well, the Rays jumped out in a hurry on Doug Fister in the 1st inning. BJ has a full count. Fister made 26 pitches in the 1st. Ground ball to 3rd, grabbed by Lopez, and the throw to 1st in time. Upton out number 1.
The shortstop, number 15, Reed Brenyak.
Now Reed Brenyak. Reed getting a start at shortstop tonight. Hit 2 home runs in his last 6 games. And that big walk-off home run in the 11th inning on the 13th of this month. Yes, off Vitre in the 11th inning, and the Rays beat the Yankees 1-0.
This should be a good matchup for Reed too. Low ball pitcher, good low ball hitter. Done a nice job. 268 overall with those 8 home runs.
2-0. Texas Rangers clinched the West. They beat Oakland 4-3. Two balls and a strike. That's a strike. 2-2.
Yeah, Josh Hamilton did some work yesterday afternoon. He walked around the outfield. He did some stretching. Did some running, about 75%.
Pop to the shortstop Wilson. He's got it. 2 up, 2 down. Well, let's take a look. We have 2 teams to clinch playoff berths. The Rangers and the Twins. And the Rays and the Yankees both working on numbers of 3. Right now the Rays in 1st in the East, and the Yankees are a full game back. John Jaso looks at a strike on the outside corner.
Just to finish my notes on Josh Hamilton, he still has pain when he breathes heavily, and he discovered that when he lifts his arm above his head, it goes away. So,
boy, do we know what?
That's for sure. That's anything with your back herniated disc. That's a sign of that. Of course, he's got the rib fracture, but it's just hard for me to believe he's going to be close to 100%.
The liner into center field, and that's going to be caught by Gutierrez. So it's 1-2-3 at the end of 2. It's 4-0 Tampa Bay.
who's been a little shaky in September, but this is what he was hoping to accomplish tonight.
Just more consistency throwing strikes, with my fastball, my breaking stuff. But, mainly just getting back to where I need to be, right into this, trying to clinch a playoff berth and get to this postseason in October. Just physically I'm fine, mentally I'm fine. Just going to get through it and get it right before October comes.
One more start here and one in Kansas City for Matt Garza to get on a roll into postseason, guys.
Well, Garza will face Josh Wilson to begin the third inning. He's the number 9 hitter for the Mariners. He goes after a fastball, hitting a short fly ball, high fly ball, but short to right, caught by Joyce. We'll take a look at the Toyota trend. Matt Garza, month to month here. Was April very good, and you can't fight August, 127. And he has fought himself in September at 824.
Well, he is throwing strikes tonight. Exactly what he talked about there a moment ago on the clip with Todd, is that he wants better command of his fastball, but his breaking stuff too is what he talked about. And listen, you're going to face the best teams in baseball in the postseason, and you've got to have your curve and your slider against those teams, whether it be Texas or Minnesota in the first round.
1-0 to Suzuki, and now it's 2-0 to Ichiro. The first time through the lineup tonight, he was 6 of 9 for first pitch strikes, and that does make a difference. Traditionally speaking, if a hitter, if he's ahead in the count, the average season for a league, there's a fly ball into left center field, caught by Crawford. You figure a league's going to hit somewhere 265 to 270 for a league. And if you get a hitter who's ahead 1-0, that's going to make him about 25 points or so above the average. But if you get him down 0-1, he's going to be 25 points or so below the average.
Well, they eliminate pitches. That's the reason why. When you get the count in your favor, you eliminate pitches that you need to swing at. Not only do you look for a fastball, even if you get a breaking ball, let's say 2-0 or 3-1, and you're looking fastball, you take it. Where with 2 strikes, you can't afford to take it if it's close. When you're ahead in the count 2-0, 3-1, you can take it even if it's right down the middle if you don't want it.
And this is a great catch by Crawford in left to retire the side. That's number 2.
That's 2.
The second great defensive play by the Rays, and Crawford denies Figgins a hit to retire the side. One pitch and one major league pop-up. One away here in the bottom of the third. Well, it's a funny game as Carl Crawford picks out a new bat and heads to the plate now. Look at this catch he made to end the top half of this inning.
Yeah, to his glove side, and that's why he should win a Gold Glove this year. We've seen that a few dozen times this year, making plays like that.
Pitch inside to him. You know, we mentioned earlier that Texas clinched the West by defeating Oakland 4-3. High popper again on the right side. This time it's Figgins, the second baseman, waiting. 2 gone. And the former Ray, Jorge Cantu, had a hand in that. How about this? The Texas Rangers acquired Cantu at the trading deadline. He drove in a run today and then hit the go-ahead home run. Until today, he had not driven in a run for the Texas Rangers. His first RBI today was the first he's driven in, and they got him at the trading deadline. This is the 25th of September.
You know, they went out and made a lot of moves, not just the Cliff Lee trade. They went out and got guys like Cantu, Benji Molina. They went out and loaded up veterans. And one of the reasons for Cantu is that they traded Justin Smoke, who started at first base here last night for the Mariners, to get Cliff Lee. And they beat the Yankees in that regard.
Yep. Well, Cantu drove in the first run, and then he popped one home run to give them the lead and the eventual win today. Dan Johnson called out on strikes, and the Rays lead 4-0 through 3. Time for our AT&T trivia question. Last night, B.J. Upton stole another base, his 41st of the season. What is B.J.'s career high for steals in a single season? Got over 40, and 11 of those are third base. Jose Lopez. Pitch is down. 1 ball, no strikes. Lopez, Gutierrez, and then Kochman. Sharply hit, foul outside of third. 1-1. So the Twins have clinched. The Rangers have clinched. And for all practical purposes, Comes down to where the Rays and the Yankees are going to finish. The Red Sox being heard from in the first 2 games of the Yankee series, however. 1-2 the count to Lopez.
Got 4 games left with Boston too. The Yankees do. They've now dropped 4 in a row at home.
Pitch is down. Well, they gave up 7 runs today, and during that stretch, they've been averaging giving up between 8 and 9 runs a game. Trying to straighten their pitching out.
Yeah, I think for them, their starting pitching is really unsettled right now, other than CC Sabathia.
Cut and a miss, and Lopez out on the slider. Well, let's take a look at the AL East standings here, and the Red Sox aren't completely out of it, and I'm sure that's what they're thinking right now.
Well, you're not kidding. They're 6.5 back, but they're only 5.5 back in New York, and if they win for some reason again tomorrow and make they pick up another game on the Yankees, and then they got 3 left with New York at the end of the year in Boston, in Fenway. I mean, that's, no matter what happens, that's what you want, is because for the Rays, because you want them to have to use all their pitching and wear their guys out that final weekend. For the Rays, especially with Evan Longoria dinged up right now with the quad, you want to try to clinch here as quick as you can so you can rest a couple of guys.
And there's a base hit up the middle for Gutierrez. We mentioned the first time up, he's the one guy in this lineup who has really been a pest, if you will, for Garza. And as a base hit his second time up, 1 for 2.
That's why I think the best sequence of the night was first and third in the first inning. The sequence to Gutierrez, he set him up with breaking stuff, but got him out with a fastball that jammed him, and he had into a 4-6-3 double play. That was huge to put that 0 up in the top of the first.
Now here's Kochman. First pitch fastball popped into shallow left. Brignac out. From shortstop makes the catch. So 2 outs. The catcher Adam Moore is on his way to the plate. Moore out on a good play at second base by Zobrist in the second inning. Swing and a miss on a fastball.
Now Ben is shading him up the middle right now. I mean, we've seen Moore last night, a couple of balls to center up the middle off of Jeff Neiman, and that first base ball almost a base hit, but Ben made a great play. You could see right there. Ben is going to take one away again if he hits it right back through the box.
Oh, 2. Yeah, we're just thinking about the Red Sox. If they win tomorrow, I mean, it could get interesting. They go to Chicago to play the White Sox.
That's right.
And the Yankee schedule is not an easy schedule.
They've got Toronto.
Yes, they do. Ground ball shortstop. Brignac is over us, and that takes care of Seattle in the 4th. Bottom of the inning coming, 4-0 Rays. AT trivia question, looking for the answer to the B.J. Upton stolen base mark. 41 so far this year. What's his career high in a single season? That's 44. That came in 2008. He's got a good chance to establish a single season personal career high. Well, you know, more on the race here. I mean, it gets to a point where you think, well, maybe the Red Sox will run out of games, but it could still be interesting. Joyce takes the pitch down. The Yankees with 7 left, and the Red Sox with 8. And if the Red Sox should win tomorrow and go to Chicago and win that series, boy, wouldn't that set up something for that final regular season series between the Red Sox and the Yankees at Fenway. Back to first, Kochman with a toss to Pfister. Matt Joyce is out, 3-1.
You know, I was talking today with somebody about last night, Joe Girardi, with the comeback the Yankees had when they were down early, and why the game before against the Rays they pulled the lineup out at this point of the year. I can't tell you why, because I guarantee you I wouldn't have done that against the Rays with first place on the line, because you never know in Yankee Stadium with the ball club you have. You're Joe Girardi, but he elected to give guys rest, and it acted like it was a spring training game. It shocked me, really.
Strike to Pena, tried to check, went around.
It was like you're telling everybody at Yankee Stadium, well, the Rays have got this game won, and it's almost like if you're Joe Madden, you went, well, thank you. Now I can rest a couple of guys.
Carlos down in the count, 0-2.
And then last night the game ends up being 10-8. Teixeira hit 2 home runs. Alex Rodriguez hit 2 home runs. Granderson and Swisher homered. And Papelbon, I mean, the tying run was at the plate. We were watching it after we were off the air. Cano was at the plate.
Close there, and it's a 1-2 count. Struck for 4 in the first. 4 runs, 4 hits, 5 hitters into the game. Carlos out on strikes. Out number 2.
That's Pfister's best pitch of the night. This is his changeup. Really good depth right there. 82 miles an hour. The bottom falls out. Good arm speed. Tough pitch to lay off of. Looks like it's going to be a strike, and end up swinging right through it.
Brad Hopp fouls a fastball back. That's a strike. And the curveball rolled foul. 0-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Hit him with no
sure?
acting.
Are you sure? Let's see the replay. It did hit him. Back foot. Shoe polish. Ouch.
So that'll get B.J. Upton to the plate. Hop at first.
Brad didn't even react to that, did he?
No, I mean, somebody's got to give him acting lessons. I mean, even when it hits him, he doesn't act like it hits him.
I know.
Come on. Yeah, if there are any Yankee scouts here, he'll never play for the Yankees. He can't even act.
He's been in Colorado a long time.
Yeah, I mean, see, they're the scouts. Thinking, no, we don't want him. Drinking ball outside.
Well, they're drinking some tall beverages too, aren't they? Those Yankee scouts.
Yeah. Well, trying to stay loose in a tough pennant race.
There's a Tampa Bay fan straightening him out right there.
It's a little wide. 3-1. It's a group having fun.
Yeah, it is.
That's great. That is really good. Final ball back. 3-2. Well, I'll tell you, Gary Nicholas, our director, he can find some great shots. And I'm going to tell you something. When he shot number 5 up at Yankee Stadium the other night.
Yeah, we were speechless.
And yeah, absolutely. Rocco with number 5, and he shot that number 5. Actually, we didn't want to ruin the shot. It was such an artistic effort by Gary. Pitch is down. But I'll tell you something. We've gotten, I don't know if Gary has, but I've gotten some comments from fans who were really taken by that number and the fact that Rocco's back playing, and that, when he came up, they talked about, Rocco reminded people of Joe DiMaggio, and that's a pretty tall order.
Yeah, it is.
But to have that number 5 and just to pop that up there after Rocco had made that start.
Gary's quick like that.
All right, here's Reed Brignac. But he did get a great shot of those fans out there having fun tonight. There's a strike. Pop at second. Upton at first. 1-1 to count as Moore slides in front to block that pitch.
Yeah, he knows how to block a ball. I like looking at all catchers, both clubs, just to see what their technique is. Somebody taught him correctly.
Under it, the high pop up. Lopez from third base makes the call, and the catch in front of Wilson. We're through 4, and the Rays lead 4-0.
Text poll question of the night, where we asked you who should start Game 1, Game 2, now Game 3 of the first round of the playoffs for the Rays. Game 1, fans voted for David Price, 59%. Last night, Matt Garza in a narrow margin over Wade Davis. So now, who do you think should start Game 3 of the ALDS, assuming, of course, the Rays get there? TB1, James Shields. TB2, Wade Davis. TB3, Jeff Neiman. Text your vote to 789-789. Guys?
And I know Todd's heart is with Jeff Neiman from Houston, and Houston is Todd's hometown, so he's probably going to vote for Jeff Neiman.
Probably.
Yeah.
I think you're probably right. Well, Jeff put himself back in the picture with the way he threw last night.
He was so good the first half before he had to go on the disabled list, and you're right, showed signs of putting it together last night. One strike to count here as the fifth inning is underway. Matt Mangini up there, 1-1 now. And Jeff pitched 2 outs into the sixth inning. Gave up 3 runs, had 4 strikeouts and a walk, and better command all around. That's the real positive to take out of last night for Jeff.
Only walked 1. That was much better last night.
2 balls and a strike. Foul the other way. It'll be out of play, slicing into the stands.
Well, we've had 2 great defensive plays, one by Ben Zobrist, one by Carl Crawford. So we've got probably about 3 to go. I think 5 tonight.
Yep.
Is the number.
Well, we know we're going to get 3. I mean, that seems to be on the bottom end of what we get every night from the Rays defense.
I think BJ will run one down tonight. Playing in shallow center field right now.
2-2. And a swing and a miss. Ball popping away from J-Cell. He'll make the throw down to Carlos to complete the strikeout.
Slider. Good pitch.
You know, the last couple strikeouts have come on sliders. I think 3 of his 4 have been on sliders.
That's that back foot to the lefty slider right there, because it just about hits the back foot. Good pitch. John didn't quite get over and down enough. Hit the tip of his glove. He couldn't find it for a moment. Recovered. It's a nice pitch.
Mike Carp. Pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Two and 0. 4 runs, 4 hits for the Rays. No runs, 4 hits for the Mariners. We're in the top of the 5th. Foul out of play. 2-1. Carp. 29 home runs in 110 games with Tacoma. He missed the high fastball. 2-2. He divided his time there between first and left field a few games as the DH. He's in left field tonight. Count is full. He lays off that slider.
Well, if you're a young player in Seattle, you're getting an opportunity because they need help. And this guy was hyped up pretty big a couple of years ago. Mike Carp, kid you're looking at right now, but in his time here in the big leagues, he hasn't produced yet either. Comes in at 171 with the batting average.
No runs batted in.
Looking for help.
And there's a base hit up the right side beyond the bullpen. Kicks back to Joyce. Carp's on his way to second with a double, and he gets in there limping. Carp
he's
hurt himself, picking up his first double.
Got a curveball here, 3-2. Not a bad pitch. He goes down and gets it. That's a nice piece of hitting right there. Just gets by Carlos Pena. Right there. Right there, about halfway between first and second. That's when he felt his leg grab right there, and he's got to come out of the game. Like he blew out a hammy.
So he will depart, the Seattle left fielder, with a one-out double here in the 5th inning.
You know, if that is a hamstring, that could be his season right there. That only 10 days to go in the rest of the season. Doesn't look too good.
It's Greg Hallman will run for him. Carp leaves.
And when you have to be helped off like that, that's not just a little twinge where you're overnight you're going to be fine. You're going to be out for a while.
And Wilson sends a fly ball into right. He makes the catch. Hallman tags on his way to third. He'll be there with 2 away.
Tigers trying to fight back here against the Twins in the 4th inning. It's 5-3 Minnesota. Bottom of the 4th. Tigers have a runner at third. Ed Garza has only thrown 17 balls tonight with 42 strikes.
How about that in contrast to his last outing?
That's what I was thinking about. Last outing against the Yankees, he threw 94 pitches and only 44 for strikes. He's 2 away from that right now.
That's hard to believe.
It is. Yeah, below 50% against the Yankees for strikes.
Ichiro takes the pitch down.
That's a good pitch. Good curveball right there.
Ball, no strikes. The high foul. It's going to be out of the reach of Crawford and Brinyak.
You know, the outing before that against the Yankees, also right here at Tropicana Field, he threw 96 pitches and only 54 for strikes that day. So strike one has really been prevalent today and getting ahead of the count on these hitters. And he's throwing a lot of curves and a lot of sliders, and I think it's great. 2 outs here into the 5th.
Ichiro takes it outside, 2-1. Ichiro, 10 years in the big leagues. He played 9 years in Japan. How about that? 19 years.
Yeah.
For Ichiro between the two.
Yeah, they're over 3,500 hits combined between the 2,233 down here.
Ground ball to short. Brinyak has it and throws on the run. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. Bottom of the 5th coming. 4-0 Rays. The first, then Zobrist then doubled him home. And Johnson got a run home with a fly ball, and Matt Joyce hit a 2-run home run to cap a 4-run first. That's been it in the offense department. Matt Garza has 5 shutout innings of 5-hit baseball under his belt. Here's Jaso to begin the Rays half of the 5th. Taking the pitch for a ball. It's Hallman staying in the game. Greg Hallman playing left field in the place of Karp. That's a strike, and it's 1-1.
Just to finish on Garza through 5, he's thrown 69.8% for strikes tonight, almost 70%, versus well below 50% the other night in New York.
1-2 now. 2-2. Breaking ball. Tigers have come back, and they've tied the Twins now.
The Rays looking for first place in the East, but also home field advantage throughout the playoffs prior to the World Series.
To left, that's going to carry to Hallman, who makes the catch. 1 out here in the home half of the 5th. In the game tonight and all season long, Tires Plus has donated $100 to the Pediatric Cancer Foundation for every Rays home run televised on Sun Sports and Fox Sports Florida. Taps it foul. The double for Zobrist in the first was his 27th of the year. One. Oh, look at that. The Tigers with 2 more.
How about that?
They've taken a 7-5 lead. They've had 3 home runs off Carl Pavano. 2 balls, 1 strike. Two and two.
Another changeup from Fisker. Good movement.
Liner into right. Ichiro closes. Catches. 2 gone.
Number 13, Carl Crawford.
Base is empty for Carl Crawford. Carl's average now 307. He's in the top 10 and average. That's a chopper right side. Figgins cannot come up with it. The ball skips by him and rolls into short right field, and the pitcher Fister runs it down. Crawford was in beat out and infield hit mode. Otherwise, he would have wound up at second.
Yeah, he was in sprint mode through the finish line. That's what he was right there. Once this got over the 6'8" Doug Fister, Figgins was going to try to shovel it with the glove, and it had a lot of spin on it. And there was no chance. Carl did the right thing, staying right there.
First pitch to Dan Johnson is a strike.
Fister's getting the feel of that changeup. That pitch was first pitch. Go right back to it.
And picks up another strike. 0-2. Crawford at first. Upstairs. 1-2.
Might be a pitch out or a throw.
Carlos back in, standing up. So the hits are even, 5 apiece. The Rays have all 4 runs in this game. And a foul ball back.
Pretty good hack right there by Dan, a little bit up, but definitely a hittable pitch. Top part of the zone.
Two balls, 2 strikes.
I think he'll come back with that changeup here. Good count here to run on again, 2-2. Don't expect a pitch out. He definitely don't expect a fastball. He's going to get one. He's going to get a fastball away.
And he sends a fly ball into left. Hallman under this one. And Hallman makes the catch. 1 hit, 1 left through 5, 4-0 Tampa Bay.
Number 26 tomorrow when the Rays host the Mariners. The first 10,000 kids 14 and under receive a Rays recyclable beach set presented by Waste Management. And here it is, guys. You get a little sand bucket, you get a little shovel, and you get a little TB imprint for the sand. Now, we're out here by the Rays touch tank, so maybe with this little sand bucket here, these guys will feel like they're frolicking more in their natural environment, these little cow-nosed Rays. So this is all tomorrow. Just visit RaysBaseball.com, and the first 10,000 kids 14 and under get all this, and maybe even a visit up to the touch tank if you wait in line. Guys, back to you.
All right, Tom looks right at home there, right next to the water. He loves the beach. Over the Rays tank, pitched close to Sean Figgins. Yeah, that's a great attraction for the youngsters here at Tropicana Field. And Todd stops by frequently. That's something that grew out of his youth. He used to enjoy the aquarium in his hometown of Houston. Foul ball, or not, it's a fair ball up the left field side, and Figgins is going to get a double. That ball softly served just inside the line as Crawford got over there, picked it up in foul territory, and Figgins has his 18th double of the year.
Yeah, it's just service right there. Hands. Pitches away, up a little bit. Contact swing. Dan Johnson playing in. I don't think he would have got it if he was playing back. And wide at third. He was playing in the case of a bunt. Just got over his head.
So for the second time tonight, the Mariners have the leadoff man on, and Lopez fouls a breaking ball. Curveball, strike one. Ichiro singled to open the game and was left on base. Now Figgins with a double to begin the sixth. Outside, 1-1. Long foul ball. It's out of play. 1-2. And Lopez was a big part of this Seattle offense. He's fallen off to 237 this year coming into this game with 10 home runs. But he hit 25 home runs last year and drove in 96.
Yeah, he's got 10 and he had, what, 3 the other night, didn't he?
Yep. And Toronto chases that pitch. A good slider, and he's out on strikes for the second straight time, missing a slider. Just a reminder to be on the lookout for the Miller Lite Taste Greatness moment coming up later in tonight's game.
There's a few full ones there.
I like that optimistic approach.
I look at the glass all
completely full.
Yeah, that's right. Not half full, all the way full.
1-0 the count here to Franklin Gutierrez. Foul back and out of play. 1-1. Garza with 1 on and 1 out in the sixth. 73 pitches so far for Matt tonight. Twins have come back to tie the Tigers now, 7-7.
Yeah, they're still hitting too. They got a couple of guys on.
2-2. Souvenir. Pitches a ball and a steal of third by Figgins. That's his 42nd stolen base this year.
Even though Ben Zobrist is right there, Matt didn't really look at Sean, and Sean recognized that and just took off. Zobrist was holding him on.
Left side, that'll be scooped by Johnson, and it pops out of his glove. The run will score. Well, the run was going to score anyway, as Johnson had a chance to get Gutierrez at first base, but not after the ball popped away.
He almost made a Evan Longoria type play there with that pick. He charged hard, which he should have, tried to get the short hop. Tough hop, put up the end of the glove there, and it popped right out. Yeah, as he went to transfer, slipped right out of the edge of the glove there.
Here's Kochman. The pitch is a ball. They're going to give Gutierrez a base hit.
Yeah, I think they should. I think that's the right call.
It's his 60th run batted in. Seattle now with 7 hits. Kochman lifts the fly ball into left. 2 gone. Here's Adam Moore. Moore's 0 for 2. Goes the runner. The pitch is a ball, and the throw is not in time. Gutierrez steals his 24th base.
Well, we talked about this last night. So one thing the Mariners will do is run. And there was no attention paid to Gutierrez, and he gets in there. That's exactly what the Mariners did last night to try to get back in the game.
That's stealing a base the hard way.
Right in the face.
A pretty good lead off second right now. And a ground ball out to second. Zobrist makes the play to Pena. The Mariners score a run on a couple hits. Bottom of the 6th coming, 4-1 Rays. Moving forward, and by Geico, 15 minutes could save you 15% on car insurance. Visit us at geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO. We go to the bottom half of the 6th inning. And that's enjoying a night at the ballpark in style. Matt Joyce. Matt belted a 2-run home run in the first. I think the Rays a 4-0 lead. They're up 4-1 right now. This one is low, and our Ant's got replay of that home run off the bat of Matt Joyce.
Yeah, Fisher tried to go up and in, and that's where he got it, and Matt turned it around.
2-1. Shot down to first, and Kochman the wrong guy to hit it to there. He is very good defensively and makes that play routinely.
Number 23, Carlos Pena.
Now Carlos Pena.
Yeah, I like to see Carlos have a strong week here leading up to the postseason because he's dipped below 200 now. 0 for 2 tonight. He's at 199.
And he takes a breaking ball over for a strike.
He did hit the ball hard in his first at bat in the first inning with a hard line out to center.
Strike away from him. Thought it was outside. Garrett Olson is busy in the bullpen now for Seattle. Fisker's pitch count's over 90. One ball, 2 strikes. A pitch up and in.
Power numbers still good. 27 home runs, 81 RBIs. But been a tough year all the way around with the batting average for Carlos and the strikeouts.
2-2 now. One out with the bases empty. Ball. It's Figgins who is right in the hole on the right side with the shift. 2 outs.
Number 11, Brad Hawk.
Base is empty for Brad Hoff. Uppercut there and a swing and a miss. Two, same thing.
Yep, change up, then a slider. Brad was caught looking in the first inning, so he comes out hacking in this at bat.
Ball, 2 strikes. Two and two.
Brad's got his own unique rhythm and timing in his load, but with that there's a lot of moving parts that have to be in sync with his setup. Hands are moving, leg kick,
Full count.
Gotta make sure that front foot gets down, the hands are back. That's the key. Mr. at 100 now. In his last start he went 96 pitches.
And he strikes out Brad Hopp to retire the side. We're through 6, 4-1 Rays. Don't forget, go to RaysBaseball.com and register for the Rays postseason ticket opportunity, where selected winners will have the chance to purchase postseason tickets. Matt Mancini leading off here in the 7th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Mancini is singled and struck out. And he takes a strike on the outer part of the plate.
Kind of like this guy's approach, Mancini. Maybe choked up for the Rays. Matt Garza's only at 81, 82 pitches now.
And a liner into left field, and Crawford will have to back off this one as it drops in there for a base hit. So a leadoff single. Let's take a look at some of the highlights from Garza's performance.
Well, he's been pounding the strike zone. That's the key. Strike 1, strike 2. Good slider. Fastball tailing away right there. Got the ball. Slider down. Another slider. Another slider. The secondary pitches, both his curve and his slider, have been very good tonight. Sink right there.
Coleman missed it. Strike 1.
Minnesota and Detroit are going at it. 10-9 now, Minnesota.
Strike 2. Slider again. 0-2. Foul down the right side toward the bullpen. Jodan's company down there. Balfour up again in the bullpen. Play. Still 2 strikes to Hellman. At his first at bat, he had to run for Carter. He left injured after picking up the double in the 5th inning. And a foul up the right side one more time. Ball, 2 strikes. They have Wilson next, and then after that, Ichiro would be up. One more time, a high foul up the right side. This time, Joyce trying to make a play on it through the bullpen in front of the mound, but it's out of play. 7 pitches made by Garza. Here to this hitter, Greg Hallman.
Yeah, a lot of sliders down and away, and Hallman's staying alive, fouling these pitches off. Might want to try to go up and in and see if we get a chase out of him right here. Change the eye level.
And a soft liner out to second. Quick throw back to first. They get the double play. Zobrist to Pena, and they get the double play.
That's 3, I think,
Yep.
Wayne.
There you go. A quick throw out there by Zobrist.
3 great defensive plays tonight for the Rays. They've got 2 more to go. This is a super quick reacting play by Ben Zobrist. I don't know where Mangini was thinking about going. And indeed, Matt Garza did go inside and just sawed him off.
Two gone here on the double play. Josh Wilson sends a high popper into short right. Joyce in is there, and that'll take care of Seattle. No runs a hit. We go to the bottom of the 7th, 4-1 Tampa Bay. Back at Tropicana Field, the Rays hold a 4-1 lead. And the left-hander Garrett Olson enters the game in relief of Doug Fister. Fister working the front six.
Your attention, please. Pitching for Seattle, number 49, Olsen.
Jay Upton takes the first pitch, and that's in there for a strike. 31st appearance for Olsen. One and one. Shot back into left field. That's got some carry. Out of here. B.J. Upton hits a changeup into the seats in left field. That's his 18th home run of the year. And the Rays have a 5-1 lead.
Yeah, he just dropped the head of the bat on that one. 82-mile-an-hour changeup to start the sequence. 82-mile-an-hour changeup to finish the sequence. B.J. finished it. Ball was a line drive that had plenty of carry. He knew it. Right down into his swing.
Reed Brignac. So Upton has given the Rays their 4-run lead back.
Had a nice sound to it. Right off the bat, you knew it was gone.
Pitch up as Brignac swings through it. 1-1.
Well, you know, that combination of B.J. leading off against lefties and Jason Bartlett hitting behind him, and then against righties, Jaso followed by Zobrist. That's the combination I'm sure Joe Madden will use all the way into the playoffs. That's what he's been doing for quite a while, and it's worked out pretty well. B.J.'s responded.
1-2 the count. Two balls, two strikes. There's a shot into right at Ichiro. So that's the first out. Let's check in with Todd Callis now. Todd?
Look what I have, Dwayne. I have the new Brazier cap. This is what the Rays are going to be wearing for all their batting practices from now through the end of the season. Obviously, it's taken off from the Brazier jackets that were made for the Rays earlier this year. And there you see the Brazier caps. They are now available at Rays team stores here at Tropicana Field, downtown Tampa store, 400 North Tampa Street, all Champ stores and all Lid stores. And you remember that 9=8 was kind of the rallying cry in the 2008 season. Well, now the Rays plaid is becoming the rallying cry for 2010. Rays will be wearing this for batting practice the rest of the year at home games. Guys, back to you.
And the Rays right now #1 in the American League East, and certainly #1 when it comes to Rays gear. They have a great variety of some really good-looking Rays gear.
I got an idea for you and I. I think we should have Razor ties. Todd, too, and Brian.
Sure,
you know?
yeah.
Should we have those?
I think that'd be great.
The rest of the year. I've got a blue sport coat I can wear the rest of the year.
I could probably find one.
I think you could. It's a good look. That's classic, you know. Yeah, I think that's in order.
Hey, there's one up the left side. Fair. Jaso rounding first on his way to second. And he's in there safely. High throw backed up by Kochman. And a two-base hit for Jaso, his second double of the night.
18 doubles for John Jaso right now. He gets a pitch up and away, waits. Not sure where it was. I think he thought he fouled it into the left field seats at first. Looking for the ball. Once he sees it's in play, that's why he hesitated right there. Geez, I hit that fair. He waited an awful long time. Let it get deep on him.
Zobrist bunts it foul. All right, back into the screen. Ben followed a Jaso double in the first with a double, and that got the Rays on the board. They're up 5-1 now, and they're following another Jaso two-base hit.
Yeah, and Ben took a look at Lopez, and he was playing deep at third base. Lopez didn't anticipate a bunt there. Ben just thought, well, I'll try to get a bunt base hit, make it first and third, and one out.
2. He's got 4 runs tonight, 5 hits off Pfister, now a run off Olsen.
Pretty good curveball right there. You saw.
Cut and a miss. Zobrist is the second out.
2 good curveballs right there. That strikeout.
That'll be Carl Crawford. Carl with a couple hits on the game. 2 for 3. Which is a strike. Run home, a man at second, 2 outs. It's inside. A shot there, Choate and Wheeler in the Rays bullpen.
Yeah, with the job that Garza did, I think they want to get Matt out on a real positive note, number one. And you got Ichiro leading off the 8th inning, so and he'll turn Sean Figgins around right-handed. Randy Choate.
And a line drive. He's hit into right field. Jaso's on his way to the plate. Crawford drives in a run with his 3rd hit tonight. The Rays lead 6-1 now.
Well, Carl continues to drive in runs. This is a breaking ball up. Waits on it. And just hooks it into right field. What a year he's having driving in runs. 87 RBIs now.
Yeah, and he came into the game hitting .358 with men in scoring position. A couple of hits in that situation tonight. 3 hits on the evening, and now Sean Rodriguez will pinch hit for Dan Johnson against the left-hander Olsen. Fastball misses, 1-0. And Johnson drove in a run tonight with a fly ball.
You get 2 things accomplished here with Sean. You get him at the plate against the lefty, but you also get him out there for defense with 6 outs to go. Dan Johnson did a nice job. Sac fly RBI and held his own over there at third base.
And a high fly ball to center field. Gutierrez camped under it already, and that retires the side. But the Rays put up a couple. 2 runs, 3 hits. The Upton home run led off the inning. And after 7, it's 6-1 Tampa Bay. 3G Network. AT&T. Rethink possible. Rays hold a 6-1 lead moving into the 8th. Randy Choate follows Matt Garza to the mound tonight.
Look at these numbers overall as far as games. I mean, 81st appearance for Randy Choate. He's done an outstanding job. In a very tough role. So he's got to face the Robbie Canoes of the world or the Ichiros of the world.
His first pitch to Ichiro is that slider for strike. Sean Rodriguez now playing third base. Ichiro has a base hit tonight. 1-1. Well, a good start for Matt Garza. You see Choate. They just zoomed ahead of everybody else in the American League in appearances.
Hasn't he? You can see the value of lefties right there. Phil Coke a lefty, Breslow a lefty.
The pop fly, short center, and Upton is there to make the catch. So he gets Ichiro, and Joe Madden comes out. Well, that's the night's work for Choate. You just faced the toughest left-hander we can find for you to face.
Yeah.
He gets him. Call to the bullpen brought to you by Metro PCS, wireless for all. Tickets, call 888-FAN-RAYS or visit RaysBaseball.com to find out how. Dan Wheeler, the new pitcher, and Sean Figgins, the switch-hitting second baseman, steps in from the left side now. Takes a pitch down and in, a fastball down there around 90.
Dan in his 60th appearance, the batting average against is standing at .213, and when Dan's feeling right, he gets lefties out pretty well.
There's a pop-up. Zobrist and Brignac, and back a second. Brignac, the shortstop, takes care of that. And 2 outs. Now Jose Lopez will be the hitter.
The other thing that Joe Madden was looking at was the matchups too, because Sean does have a bigger and better batting average right-handed this year, but he's been swinging the bat pretty well left-handed lately. I think it's good for Dan to face some lefties myself.
Yep. A little foul ball, a slider. Strike one. Well, he's faced a minimum number, but enough that you can get a pretty good sampling, and he's actually gotten left-handed hitters out this year.
That's right. And historically.
Fly ball back back into center field. Upton going back and makes the catch in front of the wall just as he hit the track. We go to the bottom half of the 8th. It's 6-1 Tampa Bay.
Time to check in once again on our Ottaway text poll question tonight. It's a series of text poll questions as we ask you, what should the Rays rotation look like come postseason? The first night up in New York, you voted for David Price game 1. Last night in a narrow margin, you voted for Matt Garza. So who should start game 3? TB1, James Shields. TB2, Wade Davis. TB3, Jeff Neiman. Text your vote to 789-789. We'll have the results in our Rays Live postgame show. This is brought to you by Ottaway. Call 1-800-SHOP-Ottaway. Guys, back to you.
I saw a note from Tom Verducci who said he thought that David Price had moved ahead of CC Sabathia in the Cy Young Award consideration.
I agree.
At least in his opinion.
Well, listen, in 2 of the bigger games of the year, he matched up against CC and he outpitched him. Well, CC and David were just about equal here at the Trop in a game the Rays ended up winning. But definitely the other day, David pitched through some tough spots and kept the game at 3-1 in a tough situation, and then the Rays knocked CC out. So I think right now 8-6 with a 2.84 earned run average, pitching in the American League East so much.
Yep. And you see Felix Hernandez, who's 12-12 with a 231, and of course the Mariners are touting him because he's pitched so well. He just has absolutely no run support behind him. Sabathia has 120 and Buchholz 16-7, but David Price, I mean, those numbers speak for themselves. Here's Joyce stroking one into right field off Chris Seddon. That ball goes back into the corner, and Matt's on his way to second. He's hit a home run and now a double tonight, 2 for 4. And that came against the lefty.
Nice looking swing right here. A breaking ball right over the plate. Gets down and through it. Foxwell right here. Good finish right there. I think there's one more name you got to throw in that mix, though. Don't forget about John Lester.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's had a big year for Boston. I mean, all those guys, those names you saw, they deserve consideration, you know. But if the Rays do finish with the best record in baseball, let alone winning the division, and the way David is pitched, you know, to me, he's got to have the edge right now.
Carlos Pena puts it on the ground to first. Over to third will go Joyce as Kochman makes the play unassisted.
You know, the reason I say that on all these types of individual awards, I think winning has to count for something, and consideration of the division you pitch in and play in. Take nothing away from Felix Hernandez. He's got phenomenal stuff, but he has lost 12 games, and it's the old saying that Sandy Koufax used to tell me. He said, you know, a competitor is not the guy that loses a game 2-1. It's the guy that wins the game 2-1. So even if you're not getting runs, you got to make that one run stand up. bad, but the way it is.
Brad Hopp, the infield end. 1 ball, no strikes. Chris Seddon, originally in the Rays organization, never got to the big leagues with the Rays, but did briefly with the Marlins and now with the Mariners. And a ball popping away from Moore, but no chance for Joyce to come down the line. 2-0.
I thought that was a very important start tonight for Matt Garza. Now, granted, this is the worst hitting team in baseball you're facing, but I'm just looking at the stuff. Throwing curveballs, sliders, and good command of the fastball and staying within his delivery. I think no matter who the lineup was, that was the Matt Garza you want to see leading up to the end of the season and the postseason game.
Ground ball through the drawn-in infield. Joyce will score, and Hopp drives in the run. The Rays now lead 7-1. Brad Hopp picks up his 7th run batted in for the Rays.
Number 2, B.J.
Joe Madden sticking with Brad against the lefty to see what he can do, and he delivers. Ball right under the glove of the pitcher right there and into center field.
And B.J. Upton steps in here against the lefty. Fouls it back. B.J., the subject of our Miller Lite case greatness moment when he hit the home run in the 7th inning off the left-hander Garrett Olson. His 18th home run of the year. Inside, 1-1. Center field. That ball's going to be in there for extra bases. Hopp will score. B.J. heads to third. Has himself a triple. B.J. driving in his 2nd run of the night with his 4th triple. And that makes it 8-1. Well, Seddon threw him a changeup. He hit a changeup out in the 7th and triples on one here in this inning.
Yeah, it's the changeup up and away. This time B.J. goes right with it to right center field. Last time the changeup was down and in, he turned on it. Good looking swing right there. And B.J. starts turning it on right here. Just with that gliding speed that he has. Easy triple.
Reed Brignac. A check swing and a foul ball. Reed looking for his first hit. Foul ball hits his foot, rolls toward the mound. 0-2. Seddon was 10-4 at Tacoma this year.
Yeah, it's interesting that B.J. just homered on a changeup and he got another changeup.
One, yeah.
Almost the same speed. Different location, but same speed.
Two and two. And a little soft liner, one hop to deep short. No play on that one, and a run will score. Upton crosses the plate. Brignac makes it a 3-run inning, driving in his 44th run of the season.
Number 28, John Jaso.
Wilson had nowhere to go with that ball hit by Brignac.
Right off the end of the bat, Lopez can't get to it. That's just a chip shot right there.
BJ's headed home immediately. And that makes it a 3-run inning. Carl Willis heads back to the dugout. And here's John Jaso. Rays now have a dozen hits in this game. Jaso shoots it toward left center field, and closing to catch it is Greg Hallman. Back to first goes Brignac. Jaso lines to left. Boy, he's hit some line drives tonight.
Yeah, he's hit 3 that way, and then he got 2 doubles also, 1 to left and 1 down the right field line to start the game. 5 times he's hit the ball well tonight.
Two outs now. Ben Zobrist puts it on the ground to the right side. Figgins with the pickup and the throw to first. Retires the side. The Rays scored 3. We go to the ninth. 9-1 Tampa Bay.
This game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Rays.
Well, the Rays scored 4 in the first tonight, and they've just scored 3 in the 8th. They put 2 up in the 7th, and they have a 9-1 lead. Franklin Gutierrez will open the 9th inning. And Wheeler out there, who got the last 2 outs in the 8th. And the first pitch is a strike at the knees.
Franklin's right at 250 with 12 home runs. I think the Mariners really expected a breakout year for him, too.
Yeah, he put together some good offensive numbers last year. And they really got him because he was such a good defensive outfielder.
That's right.
Was one of the primary areas they wanted to improve, was to put together a good defensive team out there every night. He was very good in center field. 1-1 the count. And that breaking ball a bit high, says Ted Barrett. And the count is 2-1.
Yeah, you're right. That's Franklin Gutierrez in center, Ichiro in right. I think they thought Sean Figgins, too, would help the defense.
fly ball back towards center. Upton on the move forward is there and makes the catch. One away here in the ninth. Don't forget, after our game coverage, Ray's Live, the postgame show comes up. Todd Callis will be in charge of that, and we'll be mere bit players in the postgame featuring Todd Callis. Here's Casey Kochman. It's it fouled up the right side. Strike one. Kochman has struck out, popped out, and flied out tonight. The Angels and the Braves and the Mariners. Top flight glove work at first base. Pitch breaking into the dirt. And it's a 1-1 count.
Yeah, I think with guys like Kochman that they've signed, got Jack Wilson before he got hurt. They felt like they were going to have a pretty good defensive club behind a pretty good starting rotation.
Pitch misses down.
And the starters, of course, it's led by Felix Hernandez for the Mariners, but the starters' ERA is second in the American League, 3.77, but the defense is ninth overall.
Ground ball right side. Zobrist to Pena. So Kochman grounds out. 2 up, 2 down.
I think what they forgot is who's going to hit. And they just haven't put up enough runs this year, the Mariners.
Now it'll be Adam Moore. Moore with 3 ground balls tonight. The pitch is low. 1 ball, no strikes. Crowd of a little better than 26,000 here. The middle game of this series against Seattle. And the pitch misses just a bit wide. 2-0.
Well, Detroit has tied it up 10-10 against the
how about that game?
Twins. It's crazy.
Back and forth the way it has gone. Ground ball, deep short, backhanded by Brignac. Throw to first, not going to be in time. Well, the Rays almost pulled off another great play. Let's see, we had the one by Zobrist in the second, the one by Crawford in the third, another one by Zobrist in the 7th inning. And Brignac made a bid, but that's a base hit for Moore.
Yeah, he really did. And Adam Moore is a catcher. I'll tell you, when catchers smell infield hit, they get a little bit faster because we don't get many of those.
Yeah.
He cut down the line pretty good. Yeah, you know, B.J. Upton made a nice play too on the last out in the 8th inning.
Yeah, on Lopez.
Yeah, that was. I mean, he makes it look easy, but that was. I'd throw that one in there.
Okay. Mangini fouling off a fastball, strike one. Yeah, we can include that one, absolutely.
I think so. We're just so used to seeing it, but he played that ball perfectly.
Well, he covers so much ground out there.
Yeah. Well, what makes it great is because he plays a shallow center field, and he has no fear going back. And he takes so many hits away in front of him. But that's also why you see so many over-the-shoulder catches.
Pitch down. 1-1. Mangini has 2 hits tonight. He's 2 out of 3.
Yeah, I like
some good swings.
Yeah, I like this guy's approach. First time we saw him was last night, at least that I've seen him.
He fouls a fastball back. 1 ball, 2 strikes. And looking for the final out of the night. Cowbell's out. The 1-2 and a ground ball right side. Zobrist with the toss to first, and the Rays win it. Ground ball to second, engine. The Rays are 9-1 winners here tonight. They won 4 in a row. The magic number will stand at 2 as the Rays hand the Mariners a 9-1 defeat. And the Rays are now a game and a half ahead of the New York Yankees in the American League's Eastern Division. The Rays at 93-61. Matt Garza is going to get the win, his 15th. He's 15-9. Pfister, the loser, 6-13 before 26,427. Rays pound out 12 hits. Got off to a 4-0 lead with 4 in the first. Scored 2 in the 7th and then 3 in the 8th inning. Right now, Todd Callis is standing by on the field.
Dwayne, 9-1 win, and B.J. Upton joins us here. B.J., 4 wins in a row. Seems like this team is doing the right things at the right time heading to the postseason.
Yeah, definitely. We lost 2 in New York early. Battled back, won the last 2, and just kind of carried it into this home series. And it's very important for us right now to win as many games as possible. Battling for a division, and obviously we want to win it. And we're just playing good baseball right now.
You've won 4 while the Yankees have lost 4 in a row. How much through the dugout or the clubhouse do you guys notice what's going on in their series?
They've been playing a little bit earlier than us the last couple of days, and we know what's going on. But first things first, we got to handle business when we come out here, and we're doing that right now. We just got to continue to do that.
Your team leading 4-1 when you came up for the 3rd time in the 7th inning. Take us through that at bat, which gave the team a 5-1 lead.
He showed me his changeup early, and kind of threw a fastball up and away, and came back to the changeup, and I recognized it and put a good swing on it.
You go back to 2008 when there was an injury with Longo, Carl Crawford. It seemed like other guys picked it up, and here you've got Longo out the last 2 games, so you guys haven't missed a beat.
Yeah, definitely. That's what this team's built around. Not one person can do it by ourselves, and we got guys on the bench that can come off and come off the bench and do well too. So that's what we're kind of doing right now, and we're going to try to continue to do that.
The magic number for the playoffs is down to 2. Your lead over the Yankees is a game and a half. You were part of all the 08 celebrations. What do you think this team starting to think about what might happen here in a day or so?
Yeah, definitely. I think there's a lot of guys in there looking forward to it, and some guys that haven't been through it yet, and kind of itching to see what's going to happen. So, like I said, we just got to take care of business, and whatever happens on the other end happens.
Thanks, BJ. Appreciate it.
Thanks, TK.
BJ Upton, guys. Triple and a home run tonight. Back to you.
All right, TK with BJ, and the Rays are winners. It's a 9-1 final here for Kevin Kennedy, Todd Callis, and Brian Anderson. Dwayne Stats. A reminder, we'll be right back in just a moment.